at Chester Racecourse here, one of the things that we rarely ever get to see is the person who makes most of the noise. And if it's not me, it's the Racecourse commentator telling you about the horses. And with me is Darren Owen. And Darren, this is a local track for you, isn't it, Chester?
I've got a soft spot for Chester, a real love affair for calling here. First of all, it's great from a commentator's point of view to call here because there's an awful lot of atmosphere.
Yeah.
And you know, as the commentator increases in tempo with his delivery, as the horses turn to straight, the crowd tend to react. So it's great fun commentating here. But yeah, Chester's very special to me. First of all, as a child, for most of my life, this was my local racecourse. And I remember starting a day off school when I was 10 years old. I was in primary school, just to come to Chester to see the great sea pigeon win his second Chester Cup. And I stood on the running rail, or by the running rail, in the Tatsel's enclosure, about 100 yards from the winning post. And I was just entranced in the whole thing, the whole experience. And I always remember looking up to the grandstand thinking, where does that noise come from? Who's this guy commentating? That must be great, because I always remember as a youngster that the crowd would react on the commentator's every word. But yeah, lots of great memories here at Chester, but that is probably my fondest.
Did you back Sea Pigeon?
I backed Sea Pigeon
as well.
He was one of my all-time favourites. A great, of course, he won the Champion Hurdle twice, he won the Chester Cup twice, and the things that, I was only 10 years old, but what can I remember about that day? I remember standing there by the rail, and I remember an old gentleman sitting in a wheelchair. And he must have been a big Lester Piggott fan. And Lester Piggott topped and tailed the meeting. He won the first race and the last race. And I just remember this old gentleman shouting, "Come on, Piggy! Come on, Piggy!" Yeah, great memories.
Now tell me, how do you know how long in advance which race meeting you're going to be commentating at? Because you're here at Chester today, but I know we've got a meeting in 2 weeks' time, which is our last meeting of the year. Do you know which meeting you're going to be doing? You go all over the country. Are you just a northern commentator, or where do you end up?
Generally, I cover the northern half of the country and a bit of the Midlands.
Yeah.
And as commentators, we're employed by Racetech. They provide the integrity services at racecourses, and we have quarterly rotas. But we can be absolutely anywhere. But generally, because I'm based in the north, I tend to cover the northern circuit, and I cry if I don't get a Chester.
And how many race meetings a week would you commentate on?
It varies. I mean, for instance, this week, this is my fourth fixture. It's Saturday afternoon. This is my fourth fixture this week. I was at Perth on Monday, Carlisle on Wednesday, and of course another one of my local tracks, Bangor on Dee, yesterday. So 4 meetings this week. You can go 2 or 3 weeks and not have a call.
Now, the big question everybody wants to know, I know this because I speak to so many people in betting shops. How do you know all the colours of all the horses? I mean, are you studying every morning, or do some of them stay with you, or are you cheating and looking down in the commentary? How does it work?
Well, we're filming this about an hour before racing on this Saturday afternoon. There are 7 races here today, and I'll be honest with you, I have not learned one set of colours yet, because it doesn't work that way.
Right.
It's no good me looking at this paper, looking at all 7 races now, because I'll only confuse myself. You take it race by race. So about 20 minutes, half an hour before the first race, I will have a look at the first race. But the time the commentator's digesting all the colours and all the names is when he sees the horses in the paddock, sees the jockeys, and go down to the start.
Now, we've got a listed race here today. It's our big race of the day.
Yeah.
What's going to win it?
What's going to win it? Cameron Highland, I think, will win it. The horse is looking to complete a hat-trick of wins, trained by Roger Varian, who's had a terrific time of things during September. So I think Cameron Highland will win the listed race.
Okay, there you are. You've heard it from the commentator. He'll be calling Cameron Highland home in our listed race here today. Enjoy your day's racing.